Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I was just looking at what has been sent. It's always a mixture of, quote, physical, emotional, mental. Although those things, as I always say, and I'll say again, because I always do, which means I'm going to do it again, those distinctions are artificial. Even the idea that there is a physical body and something has to be done to something physical in order for something physical to occur seems to be completely a matter of belief rather than a matter of actuality. And I'm not sure at this point where belief and where so-called solid reality, if there is such a thing, resides. The lines are getting more and more blurred over the years. I was telling Kay, and I like talking about it because I'm still kind of amazed. We had one person that I was playing with in a seminar in Houston this last weekend, which I'm still recovering from, and they didn't really have a chief complaint. It's like, what you've listed here, that's kind of an opening. It's a way to start, and we are started, by the way. But they didn't really have anything that they were concerned with. They were more concerned with their kids, which we played with. But as I started working, I noticed that the person's trachea here was deviated quite a bit off midline. And something in my medical education, there we go, we're moving into the heart now. Something in my medical education kicked in, and I saw a collapsed lung. And because if the lung collapses, it'll pull down, and the trachea and bronchioles are attached to it, so it'll pull it off to the side. And that's what seemed to be going on. So there were other symptoms, which I won't get into, but they appear to be related. And one of my teaching partners, James and Chella, in those seminars, she had a module that she made for respiratory patterns, made it on the spot. And the module was just being made, and I placed my hand on the person's chest, and I was doing, well, kind of like I'm doing apparently nothing now, except for I may sneeze in a moment. Well, that's fun. I'm going to do that again. Excuse me. Yes, if I were using the shamanic model, I'm clearing energy. No, I'm sneezing. For whatever reason, I just got out of the shower, so I'm all glossy here. So I'm just have my hand on the chest, and there's this module. And I wasn't even, well, I connected to the module, which is like a software. And under my hand, that lung, which had very little, like it wouldn't, when he would breathe, it would not move. It inflated under my hand. You could see him pink up, and you see, okay, we're working on some of your subconscious patterns now. Just commenting as we're going. I like to inform, perform, and tell a story at the same time, multitasking. He pinked up. He was obviously breathing with both lungs and a full breath. He'd never known about the collapsed lung, and I'm only assuming it was there, but since I felt something actually physically inflate, and it was noticeable to all, and then he passed out with his whole body was sweating, and he'd had a history of very low energy and fatigue and falling asleep, like just sitting there. And well, I think that will change his life. But my point is to assume that we have to have all this complex ideology and all this complex ideology. Ideology means the stuff, here's what happened, this is why we think it happened, this is what it means, all of that. And then this complex ideology, this is how we think we're going to deal with this. These are the methods we're going to procure or obscure in some cases. This is how we're going to, quote, attack this pattern head on, or how we're going to go behind it and around it, which I prefer. And It may be as simple, and I thank you for trusting me, and I hope this is true for you. It may be as simple as just showing up. Just showing up and standing in that place of grace. As we taught in Matrix Energetics, as Melissa and I taught, that space of grace isn't the heart, but the heart allows you to, if you focus there, it allows you to then get behind what's there. Because I've always said the heart is alien, it's not human. We're not about the physical heart or the heart chakra, we're talking about the consciousness. It is not human, and it is not divine either, because it doesn't exist in duality. There we go. So we're working physically now on the heart and the spine of the participants here. Left hip, spinal distortion.